This week, we're taking a look at a new Bible hero whose name is Gideon. Let's take a closer look. Now, Gideon lived in a time when Israel was being attacked on all sides. Ancient Egyptian records tell us that Pharaoh Merneptah had a war with Israel around 1205 BC, or 1,200 years before Jesus came on the scene. Shortly after that, Gideon and his fellow Israelites were constantly being attacked by raiders from the nearby land of Midian. Those pesky Midianites. Now, they were terribly mean people, these Midianite folks. They regularly came through and destroyed everything the Israelites had. It was so bad that many Israelites hid in caves in the mountains. Gideon, in fact, was sorting out his wheat in a wine press to hide it from the Midianite raiders, when suddenly an angel appeared to him and said,
"The Lord is with you, you mighty and courageous man."
Excuse me?
Yes, you mighty man.
How can you say the Lord is with us when we are constantly in trouble and being attacked by the Midianites? We are all the miracles of God that I've heard about when God brought us out of Egypt all those years ago. I'm not mighty or courageous, and God has left us all alone.
Gideon, my lad, God has chosen you to save Israel from the hand of the Midianites. He has chosen you.
How can I save Israel? My family is the least important family, and I'm the weakest and most unimportant person in my family.
Do not be afraid, Gideon. God will be with you, and surely this will come to pass.
I think I believe. I'm scared, but I'll go.
Fat Cat and all of us here at Channel 7 wish our young viewers good night and sweet dreams.
Gideon?
Yes, my lord?
Just one more thing.
Yes, my lord?
In the middle of your town is that terrible big idol to the evil god Baal.
Oh, yeah, I know the one.
Go and destroy it and set up an altar to the Lord.
Yeah, sure thing, no worries.
Because Gideon was afraid of the townsfolk getting annoyed about him smashing up their idol, he went in the middle of the night to destroy it. The next morning, the townsfolk were very angry at Gideon. They said that he must die for breaking their idol to Baal. Gideon's father, Joash, gave them a call and defended Gideon and saved him from their angry outburst.
Are you answering on Baal's behalf? If Baal is a real god, he can defend himself. Leave Gideon
Alone.
So the townsfolk relented and did not hurt Gideon for breaking down their altar to Baal and replacing it with an altar to the Lord. You go, Gideon. Now the Midianites had crossed over to the valley of Jezreel, right next to Israel, ready to attack them and destroy all their nice food and animals once again. Gideon was very afraid. He was, of course, human, just like us, and he was still a little freaked out at the idea that God had chosen him to be the person to save Israel from the evil Midianite raiders. So he prayed to God and asked for a sign. He said,
Lord, I'm going to put this sheep's wool on the grass outside my house. Tomorrow morning, let the grass around it be wet, but the sheep's wool dry. Even if I leave my sprinklers on, along with the morning dew, if this happens, then I'll know you'll save Israel from the Midianites with my help.
So Gideon woke up the next morning, and behold, the sheep's wool was dry, but the grass was wet. But Gideon was still a little freaked out, so he asked God again.
Lord, sorry, me again. Just one more sign, just for ultra double whammy confirmation. I'm going to leave my sheep's wool out again tonight. Can you make the ground dry and the sheep's wool soggy and wet? And then I'll know for triple sure that you'll save us with me as leader.
So the Lord did exactly that, and Gideon was encouraged. Gideon blew a big trumpet and gathered many Israelites to himself, so they could chat about what they were going to do about the tens of thousands of Midianites that were waiting to attack them. Now Gideon and about 32,000 Israelite soldiers were waiting to try and defend Israel from the Midianites, who were poised to attack them once again. Now Gideon and his men were terribly outnumbered, as there were around 135,000 Midianites camping in the valley of Jezreel. The Lord spoke to Gideon and said,
Gideon, you have too many men.
Say what? You've got to be joking. I've only got 32,000 blokes here, and the Midianites have 135,000.
Gideon, there are still too many. If you win and chase off these Midianites, you and your men will think you've won because of your own strength, and from all those protein shakes you've been drinking.
Oh, I'm good. $2 in my pocket, I'm good. They trying to get me caught up, I'm good. And I ain't never going back, cause I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. And if they want it, they can get it, I'm good. Tell them.
I want you and all Israel to know that it was by my power that I have saved you, not your own.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Tell your men that if any of them are afraid, they may go home.
Alright lads, any of you scared? God said you can hit the road and head on home.
So 22,000 Israelites went home, leaving only 10,000 left.
Gideon, you still have too many men.
You've got to be kidding!
Take your men for a drinks break. Anyone who drinks from a cupped hand, like a lapping dog, shall stay, and those who drink straight from the fountain shall be sent home.
So most Israelites drank straight from the fountain, leaving only 300 men left. How will Gideon go with such few men against such an enormous Midianite army? He's really going to need God's help.
Feeling real good about life.
Lord.
Go down to the Midianite camp with your 300 men, and there you will have the victory.
Yeah. Cool, let's do it. Yep, I'll be on my way.
So just after midnight, Gideon and his 300 men tippy-toed down to the Midianite camp. The Midianites had in fact been feasting and eating lots of smackerels that night, probably celebrating the win a little prematurely, if you ask me, so they were sound asleep. Gideon and his men stood around the outside of their camp, smashed clay jars, and blew their trumpets. And the Midianites woke up very confused. So confused, in fact, that they started beating each other up. They then ran away as fast as they could, and all Israel was saved.
On the bush.
Gideon, my lad, God has chosen you to save Israel from the hand of the... I don't know what that word is.
Gideon! Gideon!
Yes, my Lord.
Just one more thing.
Yes, my Lord.
Gideon! Gideon!
Yes, my Lord.
What are you doing, Gracie? Oh, viewers, my perfectly good Marks and Spencer's ultimate non-iron business shirt ruined with this hole after stacking it off the wall there. Absolute rubbish. Hey, what are you doing? Get out of here!
Yes, Lord? Yeah.